Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a flip through of my Hobonichi Weeks white line in black, and this is my home planner and she is called My Moon. I did film a more thorough flip through earlier. Unfortunately, that footage was corrupted and I was unable to load it up into my editing system, so now I just decided to do a live audio flip through. And towards the end, on the second half of this video, I do have a plan with me where I was able to salvage some of the footage that I took. So let's go ahead and get started. So a little bit about this planner. This is a Hobonichi Weeks soft cover, and this is one of their more classic versions. This had been around for a few years now, and it is my favorite Hobonichi Weeks series or book type. And you don't need to put it in a COC if you don't want to. I just thought that I could use the extra pockets that would come with a cover on cover or COC. So when you open her up, this is the front or the end pages of my planner, and I do have this little pocket that came with the Hobonichi Weeks, and I stuck it in the middle and then put a photo card of my favorite K-pop artist. She is my bias and her name is Moonbyul. And then after that we have the front pages, and I just did a little bit of decoration here, and in the front I did put my purpose or the things that I want to write down in this planner. So I have home, health and wellness, which I have actually decided to move to another planner, but I didn't want to just erase this in front because I already thought that this is already really nicely made. I do have finance here and especially life events. This is once again my home planner and her theme is life planned. This is the year at a glance, and I just put a little bit of decoration here and there. I have yet to write down anything on the important dates here at the bottom because I'm still deciding what to write down there. And then on the right side of the page, I did stick down a sticky note that is made out of vellum, and I decorated a little bit. And then I wrote down some of my home or life goals that I wanted to do after I submit. Before I move on to the next page, I did have these bookmarks, and these bookmarks are, I think, from Midori. When I see them, I didn't fall in love with them necessarily, so that's why I haven't been using them, but I did give them away, most of them, and I just kept a few. And then we have the weekly or yearly overview, and I was just planning to track health here. So I have my cycle, which is why I had my health and wellness in the front. But aside from cycles and massive illnesses like flu, colds, and things like that, I probably wouldn't be writing down anything else in here. I did have this pencil board, so it is the packaging that came with this planner. It's a clear and stiff PVC, and then I stuck down this sticky note that says inbox on the side tab so I know what it is, and then it just says all my inbox for the upcoming few months, or I think this is just for December. I plan to redo this inbox when needed. As soon as I've run out of space or I've checked off all the things, then I can change that sticky note. And then I have the monthlies, so we start with December, which I feel is very good because the weeklies also start in December. And then at the end here, at the edge, I do have this little hat bookmark. So you just stick it on here. It does crease the page a little bit, so try to be as good and as flat, I'm guessing. Just make it as flat as you can so that it minimizes creasing, but it doesn't bother me a lot. And unfortunately, I lost the footage of me making these, so I'm going to be making it later on after my flip through. And then moving on to the weekly. So this is the current week, and I'll talk more about that when I do my page anatomy, and that is going to be voiceover. I did make this pencil board, so this is the second pencil board here, and it has a side that has a PVC laminate. This is in fact a PVC sticker paper, and I just stuck it on this card. This card isn't really a card, it was part of that green paper bag that was pretty thick, so I thought I'd go ahead and utilize this. And then this side is just paper. The reason I do that, so that when I am putting down this pencil board behind the pages that I am using, then it is able to be soft enough so that the ink is still going to be absorbed by the paper at a more timely manner, so there's no extra delay. Because what I found out is that the thicker or the harder the pencil board, the more wait time it adds to the ink drying on your pages. And since I primarily use fountain pen inks on my Hobonichi Weeks, I'm very concerned about wait time, so I don't want to add more than necessary. And similarly, I do have this pencil board, and you have seen this before. This is from last year and it still works fine, and I just stuck this down with this book dart from Hobonichi store. And then towards the back, I do have my notes pages, which is bordered or marked by this pencil board pocket. And in the front, I have a sticky note for my December future log. So in any situation that I have found out that something is happening in December, then I can just write it down here. And December is when we do a lot of Christmas parties, so I'm gonna need that. Inside, I have two things. I do have this note paper from Rhodia, so I do have this, and I bought this so that I can use it for my micro 5 ring planner, but I found out that it fits perfect inside of this pocket. So this is made entirely out of vellum, and you can open it up at the top so that if I do have anything bigger, then I could just stick this down here, no problem. But since I don't have anything taller than the pocket itself, then I could just close that up, and you still have access via the side. And this is going to be very useful for receipts and things like that, since this is my finance planner as well. Here I have my notes pages, and it starts with this. So I wrote special time and then the months, and I wanted to write down anything, or rather the highlights of that month. So I only can really essentially pick one, maybe two, depending on how big my handwriting will be. But I'm glad to have this so that in the end I can just see all the highlights of each month of 2023. After that, I have my index page, and this is where the first bookmark is. And this can be, so the black bookmark can be moving to the next index pages, because I do have a few here, so I'm not gonna run out of index pages anytime soon. I have another extra here. And then the notes pages do start here. I haven't written anything down in the front. I'm still deciding what I want to write on here. But after that, the notes pages should start in all its glory. So the proper notes pages is marked by another pencil board. And this is once again the packaging that I have repurposed to become a pencil board. And I just stuck some very holographic stickers here because the theme of this planner is moon, so I have a lot of that holographic things. I feel like it needs a little bit more black and holographic things in here, so maybe in the future, in the next quarter, I'm going to add a little bit more. So these are my goals pages, and just like the last time, I didn't talk about them because I haven't accomplished them. That will happen at the end of January. And then I have some collection pages So I have favorite eats, books, places, movies, and shows. And then, so these are the pages for shows, and then I have my stationery no buy. So this is the first reference page that I have, and I plan to not buy new stationery next year with the exception of collaborations. So if companies or brands send me things, then I will have new things. Otherwise, I do not plan on buying anything for next year. I want to use up my stash, especially now that I have packed up a lot of my stash. I did get rid of quite a few of them, but I still end up with one full box of, say, ring planners only, one full box of all the bound planners only, and then a box of stickers, a box of washi, a box of fountain pen inks, fountain pen, pens, and stamps, and other stationery goodies will go to another box most likely. So it's really put things in perspective of how big my collection currently is, and I really want to use a lot of them up because they have been around for super long. Some of them I've had for since 2017, so I should really use that up. Across that, I have my if stressed, do the following things in case I am very stressed out. My favorite of this is actually number 6 and number 8. Next is a blank page, and this is my Mama Moonbill moments in case I want to write things down. And then across that, I have my habit tracker ideas, and then after that, I have plans after submission, which is currently blank because I have yet to submit. And then I have affirmations collection. So this is an active list, and we will fill this out as soon as a month finishes. The actual affirmation itself is not going to be here. It's going to be in another planner, which I will show you maybe next video or a few videos from now. Next, I have recurring bills, and the numbers are representing the months of the year. These are billed once a month, so I think this is enough. If I do need to know when these are paid up or the exact date, then I can always refer to my weekly section. Next, I have chores around the house. And then after that, I have another active reference. No, this isn't a list. This is a reference. So commuting. I have been away for a very long time, and many things have changed, and especially after the pandemic, I'm still getting used to commuting here in my country. We don't have very good public transportation services, so you need to be very smart if you are commuting. Next, I have insurance details. So this is an active reference list, and then also another active reference list is car maintenance payments. So when I say active, it means that I have yet to finish them all. The list still needs to be updated. So this one is a very special one because also there's a hat there, so it's very special. And this is my extended December monthlies. I have my goals there at the top, and then I have each week numbered as well as the dates underneath. And then I have the main thing that's happening on that week. I have the first week of December for this week. And then I have our upcoming week. We have the moving day week, my husband's birthday, Christmas weekend, and New Year's weekend. And then I have this list. So this is a day each line of the whole entire month. And then underneath that, here at the bottom, I do have a secondary tracker. So I could just update this from my weekly pages, so I can see them all in one go. So here I have yet to put down the habits that I want to track because it might change after these 2 weeks. I might want to track something else, so I'm not tracking every single thing. I'm just tracking a few every month. And then the next blank page for the notes has the silver bookmark, which we will put back, and I think that is all of our pages. with the exception of this mark page using that same metal bookmark that I have there. I do think this is Midori. If you have these, kindly let me know what they are, because I think I want to get some more now. Before I didn't want any of them, so now I think I want more. And this is marking my favorite things, and this is part of the Hobonichi Weeks, and I want to transfer this actually onto the notes pages itself. I'm probably going to run out of notes pages very soon. But that is okay. I can always move my pages into another planner, or maybe even my bujo and things like that. So that is the flip through. There's nothing here at the back as of now, maybe in the future. So once again, this is my home planner. So some home things are going to be in here, and as well as my finance tracker. So this is what it looks like now, and it's already looking very chunky. So here it is very chunky here at the top because of all the little pencil boards and bookmarks that I have put down. But I feel like it's very important to use these things because it's very hard to navigate a bound book without tabs. And if you want to get to a page very quickly, then it's gonna be best if you have tabbed it, even if especially if it's just like a sticky note tab. That might work better for you. Those film flags is something I highly recommend if you also use tabs in your planner. Gonna be the end of the flip through, and now I'm going to show you how to make those little hat bookmarks. This is very easy to do. I'm gonna take one out to demonstrate, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay everyone, so I'm going to do live audio for this as well. So our goal is to make these little hats that are bookmarks. Let me demonstrate once again. So it is a bookmark, and I'm sure you've seen this before in so many other channels, especially the origami channels and the DIY channels. A lot of journaling channels should have a tutorial like this, but I thought I'd go ahead and show you as well. The materials that you're going to need is a perfectly square paper. It can be as big as you want or as small as you want. This is from Daiso, and it's one of those regular sized sticky notes. So this is a sticky note, so it's going to be sticky on some parts, but it doesn't really matter. So what you can do is take out the stickiness. I just stick it on things and then take it out, stick it on things and take it out, even just my hand, and it's not as sticky anymore. So we are all good to go. So first you're going to fold your paper. So we are going to just be folding now. So this isn't folding or rather making the thing yet. We are only going to make creases in our paper. So fold it like this and then fold it again. And the idea is you have quartered this square paper and you will end up with this. So if you would like, you can also take like a ruler or something. I have my tweezers right here, and I'm just making sure that the ends are very flat and pressed together. So you don't need to be as exact. It's not going to matter in the end because it's going to look like a hat, and she's going to be all right. Here we go. And then we are going to make a triangle. We are going to make a big triangle and a small triangle. So here I'm just joining the edges, and once that is done, I am going to join the edges once again. So I'm joining the long edges now, and so you can see here it's not very exact, and it's okay. Once you have this, then this is done. You will unfurl, open up your creation. So you are left with these creases. Excellent. So now what we're going to do is to make a little square once again, but different from what we did earlier. So you're going to take one edge and fold it into the middle part. Then you're going to do it 3 more times until you have succeeded in making a little square. That's roughly the size of the square we made earlier. here we go. Now we have a little square. Once a square is done, you will once again unfurl this square, and you are left with these creases. These creases are important, so they must look the same as what you have now. Next, we're going to fold it inwards, and then we're going to take one side, and this is the side away from the folds, or rather this is the side with the fold away from these open edges. So we are going to fold it inwards like so, and then we're going to flip it and fold again. So it looks like another triangle with one flap open, and then at the back another flap open right there. And then you're going to turn it upside down like this, and you are going to find the middle part and open from there. So I usually put my finger in here just to help it bend, and then you will have this little cup cone thing, and you will fold it into itself, making another square. So now we have a square like this, and then you're going to find the edges, so the open edges, and then you're going to turn it to yourself like this. And then you're going to take all of these open edges and then fold it into the middle. Just take your time. So here it's already not very straight, but it's okay. It's not going to ruin this project. So this is what you have. You have a little flap right there, and then you are going to unfurl it all. And now you're left with this. So this time, this is the second part of this project. We are going to do a lot of tucking, and I'm going to go as low as I can. First, find the inside creases. So these are the inside creases. And then you're going to take these edges and fold it inwards. So this crease on the right, and then another crease on the left, and they must face each other like so. And then afterwards, this is when you will turn the other side, and you can see here that where we have folded, there's this line going through it from one edge to the other. These are going to go inside. So now we are folding those creases, so that long crease inside itself, making another diamond or square. So diamond or square, and then you are left with this. So when you turn it upwards, you are seeing this. That means you are done doing it right. Now that we have this is a little complicated, but just try to follow along as best as you can. If you don't get it the first time, that's all right. You can always try again, because if you use one of these from Daiso, you have maybe, I don't know, 600 of these, 300 of these. So you can, of course, make mistakes. So when you're ready, you will see this part that we have folded earlier. This is the last fold that we did, and then you will take the bottom edge like so, or you can even press it here. Press it firmly, do not let go. This side, on the other hand, you will unfurl. So what you can do is hold this edge, and then I'll furl it like that, and then this edge closest to your finger should be folded towards your finger like this. If you need a little bit of help with that, you can always replay that part of the video. So you are left with this. This is the fold of the other side that we did not secure, and then the bottom looks like a square. So if I flip it, it is a square. So now it looks like a cube because it has sides. So this time, keep the edge, the pointy bit, towards yourself, so you're looking at it like a diamond instead of a square. And then this folded edge needs to be folded back again later on, so just make sure that it still bends. And now we're going to take this pointy bit at the bottom and then fold it inwards, as if you are securing this part together. And then we are going to fold it inwards once again. So the idea is that this and this edge and this edge are going to make a line. So it's pretty easy to do. And now your square is a triangle. So this is what you have now. Right. So remember I told you that this needs to be folded inwards. This is the time to do that now. So we are folding it inwards and then folding this side inwards as well. And now we have that diamond once again. But if you flip the diamond, you already have one side of the hat. And now we are 2 folds away from completing this project. So let's do the exact same thing we did earlier to make that line from edge to edge. Fold the little piece first and then open it up a little bit here. And this is a little bit tricky, but this is of course the last step. So just fold it inwards. What I tend to do is to put both of my thumbs in here and then just fold that crease, press on it really well, and then you can press the whole entire thing. And if you have a ruler, so I do have a ruler right here, I like to press the edges a little bit more, especially if it's not thin paper. Thin paper would be best, but I don't think I have any. I plan to try it with my film sticky notes, but those are very, very difficult to crease and fold. Paper, of course, is best. And we are finished. And this is your hat. Now we can put her back into the planner, this side. So now I have extra hats. In fact, I may have 7 different hats. And now you have your bookmark. Alright, so that is complete, and now we are going to go into our plan with me. This time we're starting with writing down things on our planner using fountain pen as well as this Pilot Juice Up 05, and I'm just marking a few things. Here I'm writing down the headers, today finance, and within finance I wrote down what I'm spending as well as some banking details. I also have goals of the week, and I have 2. I usually write them down at the beginning of the week, and also under that I have my this week section, and I'm putting down a sticker just to make it a little more decorative, a little happier, and it's just a running task list. After that, I'm gonna flip my planner because I am writing something vertically, and here I have my trackers, and this is just a normal tracker. It's just oriented differently. However, for that little part there, I have my sleep tracker, and it is normal orientation. And then at the very bottom, I have my next week section. And now we are done and ready for page anatomy. I have 4 columns generally. On the left, I have 2 columns and 7 rows, while on the right, I have 2 columns, 3 wide rows, and 2 narrow ones. Now let's take a look at the left page, and I have today, which has my schedule and major tasks, and then I have my finance, which has all the spending. Moving on, we have on the right page a sleep tracker that is a line graph, as well as a normal habit tracker. On the top, I have my goals of the week, my this week running list, as well as a future log for next week. And that is our page done. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick down my sticky note for my pencil board, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you do like it, please give it a like, and please subscribe for more planning videos. I'll see you in the next one.